You know what they say about plans, right? If you want to hear God laugh, start making them. Nothing was actually working the way I planned it. It was just like the way after my life. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just coming across my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notification because it gets interesting out here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me. I love you. So on today's video, I'm going to be narrating about the 3 incidents that traumatized me during my Nysc program. Like 3 incidents that happened to me that legit gave me serious PTSD during my Nysc program. And I think this is actually the first time to talk about it because I just passed out last week, Thursday, and I'm so excited. And I think I'll finally be getting my closure, guys. So, drum rolls, it's not easy. So guys, when I decided to go for my service, like before I reached start for it, I already had in mind that it was going to be the best fun year, soft life and all of that. Like I was going to spend time exploring the city, resting. Like it was aside from the fact that I was going to do my primary duties, that one aside, but like I was going to rest. Do you understand? Because I'm not going to be in my family house and all that. So I planned down to the city I even wanted to serve. You understand? And guys, you know what to say about plans, right? If you want to hear God laugh, start making them, because all the things I planned, all of them like went from nothing was actually working the way I planned it. It was just like the way after my life. So let me just start with the story. So guys, the first trauma incident that happened was when I got deployed, my state of deployment, which was not the state I actually wanted to serve in. I was posted to Kwara State as opposed to Akwa Ibom, Uyo, that I wanted to serve in because it was closer to where I lived. And I wanted to be closer to my mom, and I didn't want to go so far. Even if I was going to go so far, like it wasn't supposed to be Kwara. God, I've never been to that place, but that was not what gave me trauma, guys. So I told my mom. She had to carry it on her head. She started looking for how I was going to transport myself to the place. But apparently, there were no transport company going directly to Kwara State from Abia State, from Aba to be precise. So I didn't know what to do, but finally we got the info that there was going to be, a transport means to Kwara State from Onitsha, Anambra. So the idea now was that I was going to go to Anambra State, and I'll go there today, for example, and then sleep over, and then the next day I would start going to Kwara. The plan was perfect because my auntie actually stays in Onitsha. So on the day now, I left for Onitsha. So they told me specifically, my mom told me specifically, she's my guardian angel, so I'll keep mentioning her name. She told me specifically that when I get there, I should drop my bag at my auntie's house, then come out to, I don't know if you guys know Opiwika, the popular Opiwika, and then make inquiries that's the place I'm going to find a transport company that will take me to Kwara State the next day. So, but luckily for me, I met a girl, dear Thai. I met her in the car when I was going to, I met her in the car in Aba, in the park in Aba that was taking me to Onitsha. So apparently she wanted to go to Onitsha because she lives in Kwara State. So I felt okay, we bonded kind of, and then we went to Onitsha. So I had to I didn't think it was necessary to go back to my auntie's house to keep my bag and then come out, distress and all of that. So I decided to carry everything, like since I was with somebody, and luckily she was going to Kwara, so it was the easiest thing to do instead of going back to my auntie's house, like I said. So we were doing the inquiry thing because she has not actually traveled from Onitsha to Kwara State before, so it was new to her, the same way it was going to be for me. So we made inquiries, and that was what we did. So we now let her find one car, and there were passengers in the car. they were going to Kwara State. Good news. She entered, made payment and all that. So I now started talking with the driver if that I wanted to go to Kwara, but it was going to be tomorrow, that I would be coming here very early in the morning to come and board the car now. And the guy was like, okay, that I should come early, that the first bus will be leaving, the normal shalaya and all of them. So I was fulfilled that okay, this one is done. Tomorrow I'll just come here directly and go. So after I was done making the inquiries, from where the park was to the main road where I even get the where I would start going to my auntie's house was not even far. That was when I started noticing that there were touts surrounding me, like Aberu. If you go to Opiweka, you will, even before entering that park, I told the girl, I always go to Onitsha. This was not my first time of going to Onitsha. Like, I can remember when I was in secondary school during holidays, I usually go to my auntie's place and for holidays and all that. So that was not my first time. I told the girl, hold your things, hold your phones. And me, I carried my 2 phones. I was carrying a cross bag, so I put all of them inside my bag with the money, my transport money that was going to take me to Paris the next day was in the bag. So that was how I clutched it and was carrying my Ecolak. I don't know where all this starts from. I think the sense that I was not an indigent kind of, because that was what people were telling me when I told them about the story. So they were not looking at me. One guy looked at me and how I was looking at him, I was telling me to give him money to go and buy smoke because he was narrating it. He would do like this and give me money. I ignored him because this guy mad. So there were now plenty people trying to offer me help. Get help that I did not ask for. And before I could know what was happening, they were surrounding me, like they were like from 2 to 3 to 4 surrounding me. I was now like, what is happening? The girl I was with already entered car, so I was now alone. I was trying to start going to my auntie's house. So these guys, they were still they were just looking at me. Maybe the sense that I was now afraid, because that was like really uncalled for. It was so much for me. I didn't even know what was happening. They were now surrounding me. I was now screaming, leave me alone. Not the way I'm even saying it now, Sha. I was now screaming, leave me alone. I was literally afraid. You could see it on my face, like what was happening. There was even this guy that was passing by, normal passerby. I was now looking at him, as per, Oga, help me. Dude did not even say anything. He just passed. People around, people that were hawking, like people that came to do their business. I was shouting, come and help me. Nobody even talked to me. That was how this touts dragged me. One said that the Oga wanted to see me. Waiting concern Oga. Shebi, I just wanted to go to my house. They now dragged me to the Oga. I don't know, that sounded like all these bad people. You know how there is always this hierarchy. So I think the person higher. They took me to the person. The person was like, what do I want? I don't want to enter keke. So I can start going. The guy was now like, people should leave her in Igbo. People should leave her. People should happier. And these people were now harassing me. These people were legit harassing me. They were touching my shoes. They were touching my watch. They wanted to take my watch. They were trying to grab my bag. It was a tussle for me, because at that moment, I was just scared. I was like, God, what did I even get myself into? I was scared. And the guy now called Keke for me to enter. These people legit harassed me, like they were touching me. Yes, they touched me actually. And I was crying then. I was really, really crying. I'm even narrating this story because I'm seeing now. I was crying then. The guy entered, found Keke for me. I entered Keke, and then what happened? They were still trying to grab what they could grab. But luckily for me, I was holding my bag very tightly. And my Ecolak, it was Keke. I was just grabbing it. I just couldn't. Even the one that helped me himself now came and said I should find him something. And I didn't have any small cents. I took the 1,000 naira note I had and gave to him. And I'm sure if I didn't have money, or if I didn't have any small money with me, he could have actually been the one that would even harass me the more, because these people, they don't do things for free. That was when it dawned on me that I have to come back here as early as 5 a.m. to board a car. So I called my mom. I narrated the whole thing for me, but I wasn't sure she actually got it then. But my fear was I wasn't going to come back to this place. If this kind of thing that happened to me could happen in broad daylight and nobody said anything, nobody even acted anyhow, like how much more coming back there by 5 a.m. to board a car? I called my auntie and told my auntie that if this was the only alternative, that I am not going to go to Kwara State and NYSC be timed, man, because my mom now just told me, when I called her, she now told me to just go and keep my bag and rest, and I can't remember what happened later, but when I was going home to my auntie's place, I actually met this lady that I used to know when I do come for holidays in my auntie's house, and I told her the experience I had, and I told her how scared I was. I'm not sure I was going to go back to that place, because that place is filled with mad people, touts, and going there as early as 5 a.m. was risky, and I was already traumatized, like, God, I didn't want to meet them again. So she now told me that I should not go there, I should not go to Opiwika, that I should now go to Head Bridge. I don't even know where they call Head Bridge. That bridge that connects Asaba and Onitsha there, that I would see transport company that usually go to Kwara, that she does review and all that. But that she now told me that it's not like the place is tout free, but that they are tout. So I said, I thought that one is better, chicken. So I went home and rested, and the next day I took job to the place. I told the keke guy that please don't stop on the road for any touts. That was how bad and traumatized it was for me. Don't stop on the road. But luckily the keke guy he said he's the head of keke council, whatever. So all the keke people that stopped him, because I left as early as 5 at the 6, and thank God the keke man was a good person. So all the keke people that stopped him, he ignored them, and just that was how I found myself at the park. And I entered, and guys, that was the first one. Could imagine what I passed through. It was so. The second trauma experience was when I was robbed, but this time around it was not in Kwara State. It was in Uyo, because I relocated, and I was happy. Like 3 months, January, February, March. Yes, that was when the stuff happened. The house robbery happened. I can remember it was on the 25th of March. I can't forget. Exactly 1:40 a.m. I was having my beauty sleep, and then that night everybody was sleeping in the house. So I started hearing a bang on the door. Like I don't know how many robbers they were. So they were knocking on the door. At first I thought it was one of our housemates, like probably came back in the night and had been trying to get into the house, and nobody has been hearing them. I came out to know the person that was knocking, like to even know the reason why you've been knocking with that kind of gravity and all. And then it was now when I heard the voice behind me, open this door, else open this door. That was when it now dawned on me that we are getting robbed. Immediately I ran back inside my room, grabbed my phones, tried to go and knock on my housemate's door. Nobody opened the door for me. Oh, hey, God. I was knocking. I knocked on the first person's door and nobody opened the door. I knocked on the door. I'm like, probably they were too scared. And I'm sure they've been hearing the knock. And nobody even bothered to wake me up. Do you know that I was the last person to wake up? So anyways, their excuse was like they didn't think that we were going to finally enter the house. So they didn't want to disturb me. However, that one sounds sharp. And now the next alternative was for me to go to the toilet. I went to the toilet. I was now knocking. Somebody was in the toilet. A girl, a female housemate soon. I was now knocking. I was like, it's me. Open the toilet. Open the door. And I entered the toilet. She was there. Immediately, I tried to hide my phones because I cannot lose my phone. After hiding them behind the window, this thing, I was legit vibrating. Like my body was shaking. I did not know what to do because I've not experienced prior to that house robbery. I've not experienced such thing before. I only see them in the movies. So it was like, Jesus, a lot of this was going through my mind. Like, what was going to happen? Hey, what if this thing finally goes south? Like, aside from the robbery, they now decide to do something else. You get, like, as per se, we be girls now. Do you understand? So A lot of things were going through. I was really scared. It was like my whole body left. It was like my whole spirit left my body, and I was just left with this. God, I didn't know what to do. I was vibrating. The girl that was in the toilet would just told me to calm down. She was just pressing my chest. I was like, calm down, calm down, calm down. I did not know what to do. I had to sit on the toilet ground. I was trying to pray. I could not open my mouth to pray. God knows, the only thing that came out of my mouth was what God cannot do does not exist. Sounds funny. However, that is a prayer, but it helped. So I couldn't open my mouth to like really pray. The only thing I know I murmured more was, God, please do not let them come to that toilet door, please. And after we were hearing sounds from, they were robbing the whole rooms, they were, harassing, not beating people. Funny enough, they didn't even beat anybody. They were just, intimidating people, intimidating my housemates with their voices. Open this door, bring your things, all of them. Everybody was surrounding everything that they had. Remember, I left my room, so my room was open. So the whole thing was going on. I was shaking, I couldn't pray. So the toilets we hid in, it was like two toilets. There was one and there was this one. So we heard footsteps. Like they actually came to that toilet. They entered that one that was open and came out. And they did not bother to even open that one that we were in, or even, bang the door, or even that was out. Two of them that are robbers came. They didn't even bother to open that door. That was how they just left. And I'm like, God, is this you? Thank you. It was a very fucked up experience. Like, sorry for using that word though, but it was a very, I can't find the words, but I was really traumatized. Imagine I even saw them. I didn't even see them with my eyes, and it has eaten deep into me. Like, do you know what this actually means? I barely slept at night. After that incident, I did not sleep at night. I was not even sleeping in my room. I was sleeping we were three. We are always three. We just sleep in the same room. That experience was really messed up. It really messed me up. After that incident, the only thing in my mind was just for me to just finish my service year and just get out, because at that moment I knew I was done. Remember, the plan was to explore all of them. The only thing in my mind after that incident was just for me to just get through the day. Did you get? And I was counting down to the day I was going to pass out. It was that bad, because that incident actually made I could not sleep at night. I was always awake. I was always afraid to stay alone in the house. I almost packed out of the place, but man, I can never tell. I was now frequently traveling home. Every opportunity I could get, I was always in the house. At some point, my mom was like, "You and this your service safe. They're always in the house." But I wasn't sure people got it. When you tell people that you're traumatized, it could be a little thing, but the thing actually traumatized you. Considering the fact that I lost my laptop, I lost my certificate because my documents were in my laptop bag, and I think they wanted to use my laptop bag to carry my laptop and other gadgets they could lay their hands on. My money, all of them. Someone was saying that if I was in the room, then I could have told them that they would have left my document, because I'm sure they wouldn't have any use to it. But what if I was in the room? If you understand. So that was how I lost my documents and statement of results. Like, I don't have any evidence that I am a graduate, kind of. So they took all NYSC documents and all of them. I didn't realize that and after they left, I came to my room. I started looking at the things that they took and all of them. I was like, okay, they took my laptop, they took my my money, they took all the money I had, because I actually withdrew. I like to hold my cash, and plus there were no bank, there were no ATMs around here. So when I get opportunities to withdraw, I like to withdraw the money that will be enough for me. So they took so many things, I can't remember, but That was when I wasn't crying then. I was okay. I'm like, okay, I can replace the laptops. Remember, I saved my phones, so I was happy. I'm like, oh, thank God, thank you, Jesus, thank you, because you didn't even allow them to come to that place. So that was when it now dawned on me that these people actually took my documents, and God, where was I even going to start? Plus, they took my school ID, something that would actually help me go back to my school and tell them, that plus police is not your friend though. I went to the police to make a report because apparently if I want to go back to my school to get a statement of results back or my certificate, I will need an evidence that I was actually robbed. Because it's someone to go and tell somebody that was robbed and you don't have an evidence. So the police report story, that one, just know that these people really frustrated me. I spent a lot of money just to get police reports, and at some point the police woman that was attending to me told me that she was, because of the way the whole thing was going, if I come I will not get the report, if I come I will not get the report. At some point she wanted to tell me that are you even sure that I was robbed, that I'm just here trying to coin up something. And it was, that day was actually frustrating for me because I was looking at the woman. I didn't even know when I started crying because, God, why would you say that to me? Just because you're supposed to do something and you've not done it, and you're trying to now put the blame on me. And plus, but anyway, I actually got the police report like after a month or so, but thank God I have it now and I can use it to retrieve my documents. But that incident actually has scarred me. I don't sleep at night. I'm always awake, although now I'm trying to get over it. But after that period, like 3 months down after that incident, I will always be awake around that time. At exactly 1:40 p.m. you will see me awake. I will just be awake till around 4 a.m. before I could actually, force myself to sleep. And it was eating me deep. Any small sound, I would just come out. No matter where I am, no matter where I was, any small sound, you will see me coming out to. I'll start breathing very fast because in my mind they are coming back, and it was exhilarating, it was frustrating for me. And at some point I would just stand and I would start crying because that is not something you want somebody to experience, not something you want your enemies to experience, because it's very traumatizing. Having like you just there in your mind, you think that you're about to be robbed again, something bad is going to happen, and I became so scared. Thankfully, I'm moving past it, but I'm still grateful. It could have actually gone south. It won't happen like yes, the third trauma experience happened like 2 months after the robbery attack at my house. So this one happened when I was going to school, my place of primary assignment. So I boarded the bus. This mini bus? Yes, I boarded the car and I entered. And I was the second passenger. There was one guy in front of the car. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a 6-seater bus. So I sat at the back. When I entered that car, I noticed how both the driver and the guy in front, the other one I told you is a passenger that I don't know, were looking at me like they would just stay and they would just be turning back and be looking at me. And in my mind, I'm like, how guys can be now? Probably, how guys can be generally. So I was now looking at them, but it felt suspicious because it was now reoccurring, and I'm like, what is happening? I almost told the guy to stop so I could calm down because I was now uncomfortable. So, and I did not notice it then, but as the car was going, how normal bus drivers will stop for it to stop to carry passengers, like it was not legit stopping to carry passengers. I was like, okay. But my intuition told me to actually come down on that car. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm already close. Let me just manage. So my phones were in my bag. So after that first experience, I told myself that I wasn't going to be carrying my phone in my hand. And even that morning before I left for because I jogged that morning. After jogging, I was trying to prepare to go to school and all that. So I was packing my stuff, my power bank, my Wi-Fi, all of them inside my bag. So something happened. I'm like, no, don't hold your phone in your hand. Put everything in your bag. So I put everything in my bag. So that's why when people, okay, let me not go there. So when I was now, when we were in the car, so the guy, the one he was carrying the phone, later dropped. He stopped, and I was a bit relieved because two persons cannot actually hurt me. I mean, one person cannot hurt me, but two. So when he dropped, the driver was now going, and then he now stopped and carried one man. That one did not sit in front with him. He now came to where I was sitting and sat down. When he entered, I sensed this aura that, man, something was wrong. I didn't know what was going to happen, but a lot of things were going through my mind. What if this person, brings out a gun and tells me, oh yeah, surrender everything, so, or I don't know, but that was the main thing that was actually in my mind. So I now clutched my back to my chest, and then we are now going on. Remember, this guy was not carrying anybody. Yes, so at some point he now coughed. He coughed. As he did that, he coughed 3 times. So the first one, he coughed. And as you're coughing, you're supposed to be pushing, like taking yourself out of, so you don't contaminate with the other person. Plus, the whole coronavirus thing now. The guy was coughing and was legit relaxing his body around me. Like when you cough, he was just adjusting himself towards me. He did that first. Second, third one. I'm like, okay. I was like, waiting. I can't remember that I said anything, but I mean, I had to show him that it was displeasing me. And then he now said sorry. And next minute, he was holding a nylon. So next minute, the nylon he was holding, he was now raising it up. How do I put, like he was now raising it up like this. And then I was trying to know what he was doing. And then he was as if he was doing something like operating something, but I didn't know. I was trying to use my whatever they call that eye to know what he was doing, but I could not. And then after that coughing incident, we now drove a little, and then the driver now started taking people in. I felt much relieved. Do you understand? Because people were not coming into the car. So it now got to where I was going to stop. I stopped, paid the guy. I came down and went to school. After doing the whole greetings and all that, trying to bring out my phone, because I work with my phone too when I'm less busy, when I'm not doing anything, because I wasn't a teacher, I was in the office. So I was not bringing out my phone and everything, only for me to realize that my phone was gone. It was the worst thing. Oh my God, how did the guy take my phone? I keep telling people that I lost my phone through jazz, because it's probably when he was coughing and he was adjusting himself towards me. My phone was in my bag, so you cannot tell me that it's pickpocket. It could be pickpocket. I don't know whether it's pickpocket or it's just, but it really felt how this guy took my phone was extraordinary. Yes, I feel it was extraordinary because I sensed it. I sensed foul play, which made me hold my property very close to me so that nothing will happen. So how now did he now enter my bag and pick my phone was something I could not thought. That whole thing I was now, God, why do these things keep happening to me? From one problem to another. I know how it now intensified my fear. I was now afraid. Felt bad. So from there, I came home to sort myself out, and I was scared. I was now counting down to when I was going to be there. But thankfully, I'm done. Period. So guys, all these things that has happened to me this past 1 year has actually helped put things in perspective for me. I've come to realize that it's always the things that we don't worry about so much, and the things that we're never prepared for, that always gets us in the end. But that is life, and that shouldn't stop us from living and moving past situations like this. There's just setbacks, guys, and bad things will happen. Sure. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. Like I said in the beginning, if you're just coming across my video for the first time, please subscribe, drop your comments, and like this video too. And also turn on your post notification. And for all my people here, people that have already subscribed, thank you so much for sticking it with me. I love you. See you guys in my next video. Bye.